At Evansville University, he became a first-round pick of the Baltimore Bullets in 1965. 1 year later, however, he was an expansion draft choice of the Chicago Bulls, where he became a fan favorite for 10 seasons.
Chicago, I feel, is a great city. I think it's a great basketball city. I always felt like the fans in Chicago, there were many cases we didn't have a lot of fans, but they were very enthusiastic people when they came to the games. They got involved, and they appreciated the fact that a player would work hard.
And working hard is what Sloan's game was all about. Practically every year, you could find his name on the league's all-defensive squad. 2 times he made the NBA All-Star team, and he finished his career with a 15-point average, and more impressively, second on the Bulls' all-time rebounding list. Not bad for a 6'5" guard who always gave it 100%.
A lot of people thought I was crazy. Maybe they were right. But I was a player that didn't have great ability to play the game, a natural ability as far as being able to run and jump. My basic contribution to the game was to try to help other people, and by doing that, I concentrated very hard on defense and rebounding, and anything that I got from an offensive standpoint I felt like would just be a plus for the team. And that's the way the coaches that I played for allowed me to play.
I heard words like hard-nosed, aggressive, scrappy. Are those true?
Well, yeah, I competed as hard as I could. I always had the idea that when the game started, I didn't want to come out of the game and after the game was over, look back and say, well, I could have done better, I could have tried harder. I thought that was my job to do that in the first place. And I think I accomplished that for the biggest part of my career as a player.
After retiring as a player in 1976, Sloan took up coaching. 3 years later, he was named as the head coach of the Chicago Bulls. Coincidentally, his first move as a head coach was to name Phil Johnson as his assistant coach. Jerry lasted a little more than 2 seasons with the Bulls and led them in 1981 to the best record they've had in a decade. However, after a sluggish start to the next season, Sloan was surprisingly let go. The Bulls have never made the playoffs since.
I wouldn't trade the years that I had in coaching for any years that I played, because I enjoyed coaching and also enjoyed playing, but I also had, it was just a terrific experience.
For now, Sloan is looking forward to the experience of some good old home cooking at the end of the season, as well as a long and productive career right here in Utah.
I'm not out campaigning to get a head coaching job. That's not what I'm looking for. I just hope that I can help this team in any way that I can.
And hanging high in the rafters at Chicago Stadium, the retired jersey of Jerry Sloan. He's the only Chicago Bull player ever to have his number retired. There it is, number 4.